A bath bomb is made up of several simple ingredients. As you can see, citric acid and baking soda make up the bulk of the formulation. These two ingredients is what makes the product fizz, because when they are added together in water, they create this acid-base reaction, since both ingredients are at opposite ends of the pH spectrum. The resulting gas, carbon dioxide, is what fizzes out of the bath bomb. With bath bombs, the method of making them is really important, as there is an order to follow. If we just blend everything together in no particular order, you may get a bomb with the wrong consistency, or much worse, a bomb that has started fizzing prematurely. Start by adding your sodium bicarbonate with a sieve to avoid clumps, which makes mixing much easier. Then add your powdered extras. This could be any type of starch you want, whether it's corn, rice, tapioca, any starch will do and show very similar results. I went for rice starch here. You can even use a mix of starch and other powders, which lets you customize the bomb and add a personalized twist. Some examples are coconut powder, seaweed powder, oat flour, or in this case, purple clay. I've also seen some formulas with cream of tartar because it hardens the bomb considerably, so if you have it, definitely use it at a dosage of 3% as part of your powdered mix. I couldn't get my hands on any, but the bombs were hard enough for my liking, so it's not a big deal if you don't have it. Now it's time to add your water and dye. You can also use 70% alcohol instead of water. This is handy especially if you live in a very humid environment. I would recommend always using water-soluble dyes to avoid them sticking to your bathtub. As you can see, mixing like this will result in clumping. It is best to go with your hands, and in that case I like to wear gloves because otherwise my nails will get damaged. At this point, the mix should be feeling like damp sand and clumped together slightly. Even if the mix feels dry to you, resist the urge to add more water since our mix will feel much wetter when adding citric acid later on. Now add the oils and essential oils together and mix that in. Now it's time to add in the SCI powder. This is a surfactant that will help spread the oil and color evenly in the water. As an added bonus, it creates foam. SCI is a natural palm oil-free alternative to polysorbate 80, which is in many recipes nowadays. So if you want to make a natural bath bomb, SCI powder is the best substitute for that. Now as you can see, I added SCI without a sieve, which leads to a lot of clumps that I had to remove by hand. So learn from my mistake, guys, and use a sieve. Lastly, add the citric acid. Citric acid, being strongly hygroscopic, absorbs water from its environment. If we added the citric acid from the very beginning, it would react with the water right away and most likely lead to a failed bomb. By adding it last, we allow the water to bind more with other ingredients like the baking soda, the SCI, and to be sealed off by an oil. Ideally, you can get finer citric acid. Mine was quite coarse, which is not ideal because the final result won't be as smooth, but it's still doable. This is what the final texture should look like. When pressing together, it should hold but still loosen up. If you feel like the mix is too crumbly when pressing, you can add 70% to 90% ethanol. The ethanol will evaporate quickly, so you don't need to worry about it damaging your skin. Now it is time to mold the bomb. First, I'm going to add some decoration like lavender petals and Epsom salt. Then we fill our bath bomb molds, overfilling them slightly. Let me demonstrate this again, as molding is an important part of the process and I feel like I didn't show this properly with this bomb. When filling the molds on each side, press the mix in lightly, but not too much. The most important part is to have enough mix to overfill each side so that when they come together, they are being pressed. It is such a satisfying feeling when it gets pressed with little resistance. Then you want to tap the mold around with a metal spoon to release the bomb. Ta-da! We have a non-crumbly bath bomb. Bath bombs are still quite fragile at this point and they need to be dried to harden up. Leave them to dry for a minimum of 24 hours to a couple of days and make sure to store the finished bath bomb somewhere really dry. Humidity will kill your bath bombs, so keep that in mind. I like to preheat the oven when making the bombs, and when they are done, place them in the warm oven to dry. I do not cook them because the oven is off, but just the warmth helps with the drying process, I feel, especially in a humid environment. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I'm sure you will enjoy the next video, which is about making an exfoliating body scrub perfect for shower time.